This is a Disneyland informational meeting for Tuesday, May 16, 2023. Thank you all to those who are watching this video. I hope all the information is going to be helpful for you as we make the Disneyland trip safe for everyone. We have a table of contents for your quick perusal if you ever so need to. This handbook is to stay with you parents. The kids will have an extra handbook that I will have on the day of, but more importantly, they're going to have the itinerary, which is going to be super important as the day that we have planned is very timely, and we must make sure we adhere to it. A small little message from me to you. I just want to share that when I arrived here at Hilltop High School in 2019, my personal goal was to start where this program was. So the very first set of people, and basically the seniors now, I spoke to you and said, this is your band, and I will only, you are the lifeblood, and I will show you where it can be. And so now we have reached one of the biggest milestones, and that is being able to go to an amusement park so you can enjoy the day, both a musical and entertainment day for you all. This handbook is to provide all relevant information for one of the biggest trips a band can go, and that is Disneyland Park. In order to have fun and have an amazing experience, rules will be made clear tonight and expectations are known. Specific procedures must be acknowledged by all of you. So one of the papers that I need signed back by you is a contract acknowledging that you understand and you and your student will follow everything in this handbook. I ask that all parents, even past today, still review, and to those watching this video, please support me in making sure that this trip is well known for everyone. This trip is a privilege, and it can be taken away from individuals, and it can be taken away from us as a program. So we must make sure that this experience is not ruined and the image of Hilltop High School is not ruined as we travel out. Okay? But I'll ask that despite all these rules, I still remember all the times I went to Disneyland. I remember the good memories I made with my friends, all the jokes, all the long snoring trip rides up over there, and yes, the early call time and the late departure. This is a memory your students will remember, and that is my wish when a student leaves this high school, that they at least remember the good times they had with their friends. Now to business, let's begin. Here is the first rules and expectations. All participants are expected to hold their behavior and conduct to the highest standard. Every actions you do will represent Hilltop High School and the Emerald Effect. Believe that eyes will always be on you. Disney is one of the safest amusement parks because many hidden/disguised staff report what they see and take action when necessary. Overall, these rules are to ensure that you follow both my rules, the rules of Hilltop High School, and the rules of Disneyland. First rule, students must follow all directions of Disney cast members, directors, chaperones, band council, and section leaders. Notice I have added council and section leaders. That means there are student leaders that some of your kids must listen to. These are their council members. All students know who they are, and they'll know soon enough, okay? We do have 5 dedicated chaperones with us, but as you will read all along to this, that there will be some parents that will join us, and I ask that you also be available to chaperone if possible. Second, no one is allowed to be alone during this trip, buddy system all throughout. Third, students are to always stay with either parent, chaperone, or Emerald Effect group. 4, students do not leave the park or school without permission from the band director. So if any of you have either park hopping passes, the answer is still no. If anything happens at California Adventure, I am not about to pay a ticket to go to California Adventure. Everyone must stay in the Disneyland park. This also includes downtown. Do not go to downtown, just stay in the park. 5, students are to follow the itinerary and be punctual. The saying is to be early is to be on time. And to be on time is to be late. To be late, ooh. Students are responsible for their bags, equipment, and items. Plan with extra bags if you plan on buying and bringing stuff. Students are responsible for having a way to communicate with the chaperone or other students. Parents are responsible for providing their children with a phone or device that allows them to communicate. Now, parents, I know some of you are apprehensive with the idea of giving your students a phone, but for a trip like this, please ensure that there is some device allowing us to communicate to them and them to communicate to us. It is not the responsibility of me or the chaperones to provide their own phones or items to your child. Okay, so please plan accordingly to have some way for your child to communicate. A six, student, no student in any way or any time have any form of illicit drugs, alcohol, beverages of any type, tobacco in any form, other unlawful materials that will be subject to maximum penalty allowed by school policy. Students are to follow the rules of conduct from the band handbook and the Hilltop High student handbook. So while this handbook does talk about Disneyland, all three are in effect: my personal band handbook as well as the school student handbook. Behavior expectations, students, make sure you're listening. This is definitely on you. Each student group will have a designated chaperone for the entire trip. It is the student's responsibility to alert the person of your whereabouts. Never leave an area without telling your chaperone. Some of you have never been to Disneyland before. They are divided into many different areas. Chaperones, you are to stay with the student group. You'll have 10 people or 2 groups following with you. Make sure they do not leave the area without your permission, and then move accordingly as a group to the next place. Always go with the group or buddy. If you see someone alone, yank them. Okay, no exceptions. No one is to be alone. Be polite and mannerly in all areas. Be kind to each other and other park goers, Disneyland staff, and chaperones. Be timely and prompt. If you need to leave a line to make a deadline, then leave. Okay, especially you students. One of the first hours we're at Disneyland, no rides. We'll go through that as we go through this book. Be flexible and cooperative with the rules. If an adult or student leader says no, that is the final word. Don't even try to appeal to me, students. If something your parents, chaperone, or the student leader says, they are representatives of me. What they say goes because I trust them. If any trouble, health, safety, emergency happens within this group, students must immediately seek help from either chaperone or Disneyland staff. Students and chaperones must contact me immediately, and I'll make my way over to the area. Chaperones coming. Again, this chaperones for the 5 who are coming with us in designated areas of the park. But of course, parents, I know some of you are planning an amazing day with your child to join. I ask that you try to at least be open with another parent's student. If anything happens, please allow yourself to be open to watching over them and immediately contact me. All adults attending the park must be available to fill chaperone roles. Chaperones are responsible for constantly checking the group throughout the event. Chaperones are to follow the same student rules and behavior expectations. Chaperones, you represent the school and community, so please conduct yourself to the same standards I hold my students. Lastly, chaperones will be respectful to all students, band directors, adults, and Disney staff. Chaperone and student leader expectations. It is expected of chaperones and student leaders to exhibit all the qualities listed above and understand that their role in an event. Chaperones are to be in the area that they're responsible for. They must wait for all students in the group before moving to another section of the park. 2, they're responsible for the group's well-being and must communicate with any plans within Disneyland's. If your child has some sort of medical need, please make it known. At the second to last page of this handbook, there will be a small paragraph section for you to write anything, and I will share that information to their designated chaperones. 3, they're to notify the each other and band director if any health emergencies or anyone breaks the handbook's rules and expectations. So each of you are to hold each other accountable. 4, they are to have their phones ready at all times and answer any messages promptly. Student leaders, make sure you bring a battery pack, yeah? In addition, any messages made by the director must be shared within the group and reinforced when meeting others. Last, they are responsible for following the itinerary and must ensure that all students are following it. The last area in this section, consequences for inappropriate actions or breaking rules and expectations. This applies not only to students, but to you chaperones as well. Any students involved in the transgression of school trips may be subject to immediate return to Chula Vista. Let me be clear. If you break any of these rules, you are staying with me, and we will try to find a way for you to be out of the trip. On your own expenses, you are to leave. So let's begin with the first bullet point. Chaperones and parents will be asked to leave and go home at their own expense. They will not be allowed to join us back on the bus. Parents, I know things get heated and happen in wonderful land of Disneyland, but please control yourself. I don't want to, I want you to come back with us. I need you on the bus. So please conduct yourselves. For students, parents will be immediately contacted and asked to pick up their child. The student will stay with the chaperone or director and can no longer participate in any attractions or planned events within the trips. If you break the rules, you go home. This hard cut rule is followed not only by me, but other directors. This will be enforced. I simply cannot be staying with your child as I have other children I need to worry about. I need to think about the band. And if it is easier for me and the chaperone to send you home by calling your parents, then yes. Parents, I asked for your support. I also understand that this is a pretty hard transportation limitation for the rest of you. Then please have your phone ready on the day of. Hopefully, I don't get to call you at all. Hopefully, everyone just enjoys their day. But of course, if things happen, please make yourself available. In any event, the following will happen. Sorry, after the event, the following will happen. Parent, teacher, and student conference will be held within the week of the event. If a student handbook rule has been broken, the biggest one, whether it be something that affects Disneyland or finding of any illicit drugs or materials, then an assistant principal will be present in the meeting. Second, students will be removed from future activities within this school year or, of course, the next school year. Thank you so much. The next piece of paper I will not go through. That was for everyone in this video too. These are Disneyland's rules and regulations, okay? So this is for you guys to go over. It's pretty much standard of any amusement park. If anything, Disneyland allows food. So if your student would like to bring packaged food, the only exception is no glass containers. No glass containers of any kind. I highly suggest hydro flasks. Hydro flask, absolutely. They have a lot of refilling stations, so definitely bring that. Prohibited items. It's for like any amusement park. Please don't have them bring pepper spray and mace. I will share that Disneyland is very, very safe. I've worked as a security guard for Petco Park, and I had colleagues that actually were hidden agents or are hidden guests who would actually bring a foster child to have them, of course, a very fun day, but there would literally be fake families in the park. So don't think you can hide something from Disneyland. The one part I will be going over, and this is, I believe, page 7, is backstage rules. Okay, so I, of course, like to make all our amusement park trips musically fulfilling. Yes, it's a fun day, but this band has the opportunity of doing what we call a recording session. This recording session basically gets them to a backstage area where they get to work with the Disneyland staff. They get to play a music from a movie. They're then professionally recorded, and they splice their musical sound into the movie screen. It's an amazing experience. However, because it's backstage, there are certain rules. 1, all participants, directors, and chaperones must wear fully soled shoes while backstage. So some of you love Crocs. No. Must be closed-toed shoes. Not asking for metal, but in the backstage area, there are some constructions going on. So must be fully closed shoes. So make sure you have closed-toed sneakers. Second, only participants, the director, and designated chaperones may enter the workshop. No food, gum, or drinks may be taken into the workshop space except for bottled water with a cap. So there are 5 chaperones who are going with us. They are the only 5 that are allowed to come with us. If you go to Disneyland, you will be asked to essentially stay outside, stay in the park. We're going to meet outside of the park, but then we're going to come back inside the park via hidden pathways. So best to stay in the park. Just you cannot come with the workshop. Third, No photography or video recording is permitted backstage at any time, including the workshop and space. I will confiscate all phones. I will just flat out. No recording whatsoever. Disney loves their privacy. So I will be collecting your phones and you will have them turned off and submitted to me. Now, this is for those who've never been to the park. This is page 8. There you go. Here in color, there are going to be 2 main meeting places. One of them is the main entrance and exit place of our meeting, okay? The first one is at the bottom area right over here at the Hall of Presidents attraction. If you did not know there was a Hall of Presidents attraction, surprise. This will be our main meeting place for where we get into our chaperones when we enter in first and when we exit out for both the workshop and at the end of the day. This is the beginning and final meeting place. So please make sure you find us there. I know some groups like to meet at the front lawn where there's the Disney logo. That's what every group does. No group wants to go to the Hall of Presidents. So it's the perfect place. The other meeting point is just for people who definitely have never been to the park, and that's the middle section. Other than the Galaxy's Edge, New Orleans Square, the main center point is the Disney statue, Walt Disney statue. So for all groups, if you need to meet with someone or you're communicating with someone and say, hey, meet me somewhere, do it at the Walt Disney statue in the center. This is the best meeting place. Chaperones, if you need to meet with someone, this is definitely a place. If you need to meet with me, we can quickly meet at the Walt Disney statue. It's quick and easy for everyone to enter and see. Please go to the next page. I want to go over this with everyone. And this is, again, for those who've never been to Disneyland or this is their kind of first time, I like to go over in this video the new system known as Genie Plus, okay? Now, I know you've all spent enough money already. Unfortunately, what was once called Fast Pass is now called Genie Plus. Genie Plus is an app service that lets you go to these lightning lanes that bypass the usual lane of the attraction. It costs money. Genie Plus can only be activated and purchased through the phone app. Students must pay $25 per ticket through the app. Now, some of you know this. Unfortunately, the only way to actually begin a purchase is to have the ticket. We will not get the ticket until we make it to our first destination, which is Portola High School. So for those who've done Genie Plus before, we're going to have to wait. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, just have a heads up. If you want to take advantage of going into this Fast Pass lane, you're going to have to pay online, to which if parents, you are allowing your card to, if your child to have a credit card through a phone app, then that's really the only way. If you allowed your child to save your credit card through your phone, then I guess that's the only way. Other than that, then I guess nothing really happens. To those seeing if they find a way to use Genie Plus, it seems that there's a way to put a credit card, but unfortunately you need to be 18 and above, at least when you say yes that you are. The other option could be possibly creating a new account saying you're 18 and above. However, I'm just going to open up to everyone here. If you get Genie Plus, fantastic. Enjoy the day. However you do it, okay? Call time is here at Hilltop High School, 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. You are here. Attendance will be taken. Report to the Hilltop High School music room. Timing is very crucial. Students, you will be left behind. The buses have a job and they will adhere to it. Students are to arrive already in polos, fully dressed in polo attire. Students, you will be asked to change quickly if you're not in attire. Okay? So yes, no pajama pants, appropriate shoes, and your polos. Okay? David? No need for the marching shoes. No need to be so formal at the bottom, but most definitely polos are needed.
Do we wear these shoes?
Definitely something comfy. Yes. 6 o'clock, we depart for Portola High School in Anaheim for festival event. The official address is there. Portola High School Theater, 1001 Cadence, Irvine, California, 92618. We approximately will arrive at 7:30 to the theater. Students will leave their bags and take only their music and their instruments off the bus. At 8:25, we will begin going to the warm-up area. 8:50, the band will perform. Between 9 to 11 a.m., we will stay to watch other performers and the award ceremony. Once the ceremony is over, we will load a U-Haul cargo van and proceed to Disneyland. So after we perform, students, we are going to put your instrument in a separate van. We are not going to put your instrument back on the bus. Okay? That van is the one that will meet us in the backstage area. The bus, due to legal hours, cannot stay in Disneyland Park until later on in the evening when they're ready to pick us up. Okay? From 11:30, arrive at Disneyland Toy Story parking lot, begin walking to main entrance. 12 o'clock p.m., estimated arrival at main entrance of Disneyland. Students are then dismissed in their groups to enjoy. Our meeting point will be, that's an old one, sorry. Our meeting point will not be at the Disney logo lawn. It will be Hall of Presidents. There will be no time for a ride. Honestly, 12 to 1:30, that's enough for lunch. That's enough to just get some food in your stomach, okay?
Wait, we're not going on rides?
12 to 1:30, there will be no time for rides. Because at 1:30, your call time for the workshop begins. You must meet me at the Hall of Presidents once again. Failure to have everyone will result in losing our workshop time slot. Disneyland will not let us in without everyone, okay? So we paid extra money to do this workshop. It is an amazing experience, but they are very specific. If not everyone is there, they will not let us in. So everyone is a call time at 1:30. 2 o'clock, we will leave the campus of Disneyland Workshop. The question is,
at 1:30, we're at the Hall of Presidents?
yes, you are at the Hall of Presidents.
Okay.
1:30 at the Hall of Presidents. 2 o'clock, we leave the campus, we leave the Disneyland Park and head over to the Disneyland Workshop. There's a designated area outside the park where we will meet our Disney event coordinator, and they will take us to another hidden area. A lot of hidden areas.
I have a question.
Yes.
So for the workshop, is
Mhm.
everybody's band and color guard included? Or
Yes.
just color guard?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Band and color guard. Color guard, they're not here because they're in practice. Color guard parents, please tell your child that yes, they are to join us. While they are not participating in the workshop as musicians, they are definitely within the roster that Disneyland has. So yes, they're joining us. Now our estimated recording workshop is between 3 o'clock to 4:30. Only participating students and the 5 chaperones are allowed to enter this workshop. At approximately 5 o'clock, we will return to Disneyland. And then from there, 5 o'clock to when the Disneyland fireworks begin is your time in the park. I have been updated that the fireworks is not exactly at 9 o'clock p.m. That's what the calendar said in the Disneyland park. So I'll just put this hard cut rule. If the fireworks starts, that means it's time to start heading home. So when the fireworks starts, enjoy the fireworks. Immediately begin your way to the Hall of Presidents. At 10:30, we will meet at the Hall of Presidents to begin going to the bus where the bus is parked. At 11 o'clock, we depart for Hilltop High School. Estimated return time due to how hard it is for the bus to get out is 1 o'clock a.m. But again, that is subject to how much traffic is going on at Disneyland Park. Again, you know it's time to start heading to the Hall of Presidents when the fireworks begins. That means the park is going to close in the next 30 minutes or to an hour. So in the end, you're going to have to leave anyways. Okay? Are there any questions regarding the timing of the itinerary? Yes, in the marriage. Melissa, yes.
So if the fireworks is over at 9:30, because it's only like 10-15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 15-20 minutes.
Then please
Then we head
begin.
back?
Yes, please begin heading back. Simply, I'm using the fireworks as a hard cut rule to say, hey, it's time to go home, guys.
Then
head
they
out.
don't get on the bus till 10:30.
The bus is going to be there way earlier, so I will time it with the bus. I'll time with the bus. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where will Disneyland keep their percussion instruments?
For all for percussionists, do not bring your instruments. Do not bring any mallets. Just bring your music. Disneyland will provide all the necessary items.
I know, but where will they keep them? Where are they stored?
The U-Haul truck that's keeping your guys' equipment will be stored in a separate backstage lot. When our workshop is over, we will put the stuff back in on the U-Haul, and the one that is driving the U-Haul, I will coordinate when to leave. I don't know the exact details, but it is dependent on whether they can get back to this hidden area.
Oh,
Back over there, Mary Jane. Sorry, Mary Jane.
So pull on top, does pants matter, or pants or shorts?
Pants, jeans, tasteful bottoms. Yes,
For high school, are we borrowing, is percussion borrowing their instruments?
yes,
Okay.
yes. For the high school festival, we will be borrowing the Portola High School's instruments. Yes.
Black, right?
No. For the bottoms, I'm not making any rule whether it be black, so long as it's not cut up, it's nice and comfy, because you're probably gonna be staying in those pants for the next over 12 hours. Alex. No. No.
Two questions.
No shorts on the video, yes.
Okay. Is there like a specific color for the shoes?
There are no specific colors for the bottom or shoes, just pants and shoes.
Okay. Also, do we have to keep the polos on the whole time?
Yes, please keep the poles on the entire time so both me and the chaperones can easily pick you out, the crowd. This is the only exception is the color guard, who has planned something different, which still has the Emerald Effect logo on it. So we've already discussed with the color guard what the color guard's going to wear. Was that your question, Larry? Yes, please bring your band jackets, everyone. It is going to be in the night. While yes, it's estimated to be a hot day. I don't know how cold it is going to be in the night. So best to bring your band jacket too. Okay. I saw someone over here. Let's go this way. David, yes?
Can we bring another jacket, like a black shell jacket?
Best if you can bring your band jacket.
Okay.
Ariana?
Are we allowed to wear like black leggings? Or like just leggings in general?
I am putting a
Maybe
note.
80 degrees window.
Oh. I guess I should keep it to this. For the festival, jeans. To enjoy the park, then please wear what you would like. Okay? But I'm still cutting the rule that you must have your polo.
So they can wear shorts.
Yes, I'll walk back. Yes, I will allow shorts. The only thing I would ask is that jeans in the first to the high school. Yes, Carlos.
So for the Disney workshop, can we wear shorts?
Yes, that's fine. The Disney Workshop, that part is fine. It's more for the festival high school. Page 12. Okay, so just items to bring. Camera, phone, and communication device. There needs to be a way for a student to message their chaperones and friends. It is not the chaperone's responsibility to provide any electronic device for students to use. 2, backpack. Bring a backpack. 3, snacks, food, and hydro flasks allowed. No glass containers or food that needs to be refrigerated or microwaved. 4, sunblock, chapstick. 5, here's a big one, spending money, okay? I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've been to Disneyland, but I'm going to assume that everything has just gone up in price.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
$50 a plushie probably.
So I'm honestly, as of right now, I'm just giving the range, 50 to 100 bucks. If you need more, that it's up to you and your parents. However, this is in effect. You will be responsible for all meals, not in the itinerary, so there is no meals provided itinerary. Bring money to buy any souvenirs or gifts you want to buy. Each student needs to determine their own needs. You are responsible for your spending money. Always take money with you. The adults cannot and will not be responsible for holding onto your personal funds or items. And in addition, they're not responsible for paying for your food. Okay. Now, Of course, if you have a kind heart and wish to do so, very good. But it is not expected of any chaperones or me to spend money for your child. Next, please have your student bring a photo ID, school ID. 7, reading material or sleeping material for the bus. 8, any medications you need, please report it to the chaperone and student leaders about your medications. And 9, charging pack. Don't expect to find an outlet in Disneyland. Okay, dress code. Since you guys have just changed it for me, fine. You are to wear your band poles at all times. Band jackets is recommended to bring as we'll be staying in the night. Jeans, tasteful clothing, no pajama pants. Closed-toed, comfy shoes, no Crocs, sandals, and slippers. For the festival, please wear jeans. To enjoy the day at the park, shorts, leggings are allowed. Frequently asked questions. Does my child have to participate in the event? No, this event will not be part of the grade. This trip is a privilege, musical experience traditionally enjoyed by any musical program. However, if your child paid for the trip does not go, there's no refunds. We paid back in February. That's it. The time is up. Can I watch my student at the festival school? Yes, please come see us, because like festival seasons, the students will be adjudicated. The rating is a little different. They're rated bronze, silver, and gold. Our last gold standing is back in 2014. We definitely want to continue tradition. Question, how much money should my child bring? A range of $50 to $100. It depends on you. For lunch and dinner at Disneyland, students are not allowed to step outside the park and get food outside. The director and chaperones are not expected to pay. We did not pay back in February. Can we still go in the band? So if any of you watching this video here still want to just meet up with your child, yes, you could still go to Disneyland. You have to just go through the Disneyland website to plan out your day. I do suggest, if you're watching this video, to immediately purchase as soon as possible, as I believe Disneyland does limit how much people is inside that park. So hopefully you're still able to join us. Can my child leave early with me? Only under extreme circumstances, or if the child has broken rules in this handbook, can a child leave early. Parents must contact the band director to discuss liability for the program in the school. Students must meet with the director and cannot leave without the permission of the director. No one leaves the park without my say-so, and that's a very high bar. Can I park hop? No. Can I go to Downtown Disney? No. You stay in the Disneyland main park. The bottom is a contact list. So what we're going to do after our concert tomorrow, I'm going to have this up. Please take note that it is going to have name, number, and a little side notes. Those notes are for the chaperones. Please have your child ready with a phone number. There are some people out there whose children do not have a communication device. We need one now, okay, to ensure everyone's safety. Now, we enter to our last bit. This is now the contract. This is the Disneyland trip contract. Everyone, before you leave today, I understand if you have to leave as soon as possible, can you please have your student print and sign, parent print and sign, date and sign with your phone number, this contract, acknowledging that you and your student will follow everything that is in this handbook. The handbook is yours to keep. I just want the contract. The bottom is a paragraph line. Please add this for any medical things that I need to know. I do know some, but of course, if you're like some students who will plan on bringing medicine, please add it in. Even if it's as simple as Claritin for allergies, please put that in just so we all know. Last, this is for students and of course parents to sign. This is the official Sweetwater District permission slip to not hold us liable. The most important thing is I need your number. I don't necessarily need the whole insurance number thing. It's more your contact number again. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope this is all helpful. Again, you can email me at russell.corpus@sweetwaterschools.com. And I hope to see you all there. Please, if you are watching this video, please have your student turn in these two, either digitally or in person, before the trip. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.